What's up, everybody? What's up? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're at in the world. How's everybody doing on this good old Friday? It's a good Friday. It is Friday, April 24th, 2026. Markets, specifically stock markets, breaking all-time high. Kind of a quiet week, not too much going on geopolitically. Things are pretty much quiet at the moment, still standoffish as the stock markets break all-time highs and they go on a parabolic bull run or whatever y'all want to call it. Definitely appreciate y'all joining. What's up? Let me read the chat. What's up? EOKS1. Shout out to you, bro. What's up? Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm also streaming on X. Let me come over to X. Let me see who's all on X. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. If y'all want to join the Discord, the link is in the description. The link is in the description. Let me see who's on X right quick. How's everybody doing though, man? Let me get a quick roll call. What's good? What's good? How's everybody feeling? What's the sentiment like? We're going to get into crypto tonight. We're going to get into oil. I'm going to do some analysis. I'm going to get into the Strait of Hormuz. Whatever, man. It's Friday, right? It's Friday. I kind of got some time so we can kind of kick it a little bit. We can kick it just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all want to get into. If you're not tapped into me on X, y'all come over on X. The link is in my bio. I'm gonna give it a few minutes. What's up, Dorelli? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Trying to see who all is in the over here on X. I'm still trying to learn X. So once I kind of get X under my belt, I'll be more efficient with going live over here. But definitely hit that like button on X. So only got one person viewing so far on X. All right, man, it's Friday. I'm sure everybody's out chilling or, you know, whining and dining in this fucked up economy. But, you know, to each his own. You got to live life at the end of the day. What's up, Jay Manson? Dorelli, I can't even get a good read on sentiment. It's simple, Dorelli. Are you bullish or bearish? Or you're neutral? What are you? Are you bullish, bearish, or neutral? And when we say get a read on sentiment, what market are we talking about? Dorelli. Everything that I see in here is negative, but price is behaving otherwise. Got you. What's up, Jay Manson? Right. Make sure y'all come over here on X. Come over here on X and subscribe. Streaming both platforms. Share the video or share the stream. Click the like button, retweet it, repost it, whatever. I'm trying to do this multi-platform situation. We're going to get into it, though, Dorelli. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into the markets. You know, I'm going to give a thorough breakdown. Look at my screen right now. You know, this is how I feel right now. If you look at the screen, you know the movie The Matrix. You should be familiar with it. But, yeah, man, when you finally understand the market and how it moves, you know what I'm saying, it starts to slow down for you. So, Dorelli, you saying you can't get a read on it, but let time. You continue to do this every day. The Matrix will start slowing down, right? Liquidity, the FOMO, the risk, you know, all the things that the psychology, right? Volatility, slippage, news, manipulation, execution. Once you do this for a while, it starts to slow down. But you in good hands with me. Dorelli, bad is good, good is bad. That's how they got people. But if you know that the markets are algorithmic, just stick to the script. The script never lies. It's always repeating, same function, all over and over again. We're going to get into it, though. We're going to get into it. Like I said, if y'all want to come over here on X, let me come to my homepage. Over here on X, y'all subscribe to me on X or follow me, whatever you want to call it. You can see I got the ring, pink icon or red, whatever. I'm live. I'm over here live on X. So let's get into some headlines first. A bunch of nothing, a lot of quietness. Not much. Let's start with this right here. I'm on my main page, my main feed. USPS worker breaks down her life in shifts, and people can't believe the final number. A postal worker sat down and did the math on her future, and it's not what people expected. 18 more years on the job, 900 weeks left, 6 days in a week. So that's some crazy shit what she did. I'm gonna let her explain it, right? Breaking down the numbers like that, you know, you're going to stress yourself out, and you shouldn't view the world like that. But, you know, that's how they got us in this matrix. Let's play the video. I'm going to let some people come in, and we're going to get into it. This is just a warm up.
Hey guys, I did some calculations, and it looks like if
All right. I got the audio together. I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate that, Dorelli. My microphone was muted. All right, let's get this together, man. So y'all should have heard that, but I'm gonna keep it moving. Chick breaks down every hour that she has to live pretty much at the 9 to 5. Come over to my page, my channel, go to my likes. So let's start from here, bro. Boomers realizing that 90% of their wealth is tied to their house, but no one can afford to buy it from them. So y'all let me know in the chat if y'all boomer. Are you a boomer, right? And you have 90% of your wealth in your home, right? Are you acting like this? Are you behaving like this if you're a boomer? Let me know. Hey, that's how you know the wealth transfer is happening when the boomers are holding tight. You know what I'm saying? The boomers are just fortunate, right? The boomers are fortunate to own 90% of have 90% of their wealth in their homes. China, right? Let's take it to China. In China, CBDC is linked to your digital ID. So they're already over there in China using CBDCs. Now, this stream, we're going to talk about crypto. We're going to talk about it all. Agenda 2030. In China, CBDCs is linked to your digital ID. This person gets caught with driving without a helmet. Do y'all really? That's where the world's going. You know, China was the test for communism, socialism, capitalism, goddamn it, control. So do y'all want to live in a world where you get caught driving without a helmet and police in control, room immediately deducts 25 yuan, US, which in the US is $3.06. So they find this guy 25 yuan for riding without a helmet, and they use the digital wallet, right? They use the digital wallet, and he could lose 1 social credit point. Could you imagine? Right? China's fucked up, man. China's fucked up. social credit.
周三点九3523没有配单的时候会闪回订单，
对的，
没有配单的时候会被行为违反这标准金融行政管理。
Yo, they took him to court, bro. They took him to court on the meter, bro. Like, hey, China different, bro. How many social credit points do you lose before they come snag you up? Us in America, we gotta kind of, you know, they trying to bring us towards that, right? They trying to get us towards the social credit system. And the digital IDs are game over. The digital IDs are game over. For my trading community, right? Again, if y'all want to join my community, the link is in the description for the Discord. Y'all tap that link if y'all want to get in the Discord. But how many of y'all can relate? I mean, you know, the path in life, you know what I'm saying? You go to work, you got the guy on the left going to work, busting his tail, and then you got the trader. You know, they both started kind of similar. Well, this guy got a bike. So the illustration is pretty much the trader understands money a little bit better, and you know, and he's happy, right? And then the guy that works a job, you know, he's not happy, but he got all the material things. So every time the trader starts off with a bicycle, the guy that got the job got the moped. Few years later, guy got the Jeep, guy got the moped. And then with trading, the guy's still not happy, done got older in life, and the guy that's trading, and y'all that invest in crypto and long-term investing, y'all are technically trading as well. You just long-term trading. But who would you rather be, right? Who would you rather be? Me trying to sleep after turning $250 into $5,000, then back to zero. How many of y'all can relate to this? Whether that's crypto or not, you know what I'm saying? How many people can relate to this?
We're talking Teletubbies, Tinky Winky.
You know what I'm saying? Tossing and turning. I've been there. Look, I done turned 250 to $5,000 and then back to zero. I done did it before. It's nothing though. That's just life. BlackRock and Wealth documents reveal 2030 plan to make home ownership illegal for middle class. You know what I'm saying? For the middle class, they're trying to make home ownership illegal. What y'all think about that? What's y'all thoughts on that? Let me check over here on X, see what y'all talking about. 7 views on X. Appreciate it on X, man. Y'all, I appreciate y'all viewing and subscribing. Make sure y'all subscribe. If y'all want to get in the Discord, the link is in the description. I think that's a little bit older. Let me go back right quick. Go back a little bit. I'm going to get into the charts here shortly. And go over the markets. Let's see what else. What we got? They say the car dealerships in America are on the verge of collapse. I'm gonna come back to that. Breaking news in China, right? China, you just seen in China how they got the social credit system. They living in a different world. But also, China launches the first 10G internet. 6 movies can be downloaded within seconds. So here we are. I think we just on 5G over here in the States. China's already on 10G, and they probably pacing the 50G or something. What does the world look like at 50G, right? What does the world look like when 10G becomes common? Well, China's already on 10G technology. They're already over there on 10G. 1 second. Refresh. What is going on? Am I still streaming on X? Am I still live on X? Still trying to figure out X. Home. Yeah, we good on X. We good. Yep. I thought we was good. Y'all let me know in the chat. Am I still good on X if y'all are over there? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Wait a second. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I'm trying to figure this out. It's always something. Yeah, say I'm live, man, but I don't understand it. I don't kind of get it. Press 1 in the chat if y'all over it on X, and is it still streaming? Is it still streaming on X? Because this shit is kind of glitchy. I'm gonna need Elon to do a little bit better. I'm gonna need Elon to do a little bit better. What's up, Shep? Appreciate you joining, bro. Appreciate you joining. Can somebody let me know on X, am I still streaming? Can you see it? This shit sucks. Okay, I'm still streaming. I'm still streaming, I think. All right, it's kind of glitchy. It's kind of glitchy. All right, appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, warning. All right, warning. The Palantir USDA deal is a turning point. So I guess Palantir and the USDA are something's going on with that. One farmer, one file, a centralized digital profile on every American farmer, land, finances, crops, production. Drones are already vaccinating cows in some countries. Add in satellite surveillance, AI-driven, etc. Full traceability in food production. This is the infrastructure of control. They call it efficiency. It looks like a centralized control over American agriculture. Once built for voluntary, won't stay voluntary. Subsidies, insurances, and aid will pull farmers in from land of the free to data controlled farming. This is how food sovereignty is lost. Are we gonna go for this? Are we gonna go for this? Y'all gonna stand for food sovereignty? You know what I'm saying? Are we going for this? We'll see. Let me keep scrolling. Y'all check this out, man. Y'all check this out. This guy blew his account. You know, imagine blowing your account as a trader.
No, my fucking God.
God damn. I ain't gonna lie. I done had a moment like that. I didn't break my shit, but I done had that type of moment, boy. I done had that type of moment. No, I ain't start like that. Dorelli, I ain't start like that. I did not start like that. I pretty much studied for 1 year. Now you're gonna have a point where it's like a struggle. Like you're gonna come across a point in time where the market it's a struggle. It's a learning curve that you got to grow and get over. So I definitely had some frustrating moments, but I never went on full tilt like that. Never went on full tilt like that. But yeah, it's a journey you got to take, man. So it's a path that you must cross to get to the other side. Remember I just showed you okay, look at these two posts, right? How do you go from, crashing out like this? You're going to go through this. You got to go through this right here in order to become Neo in the Matrix, right? Neo was frustrated. Neo was frustrated with Agent Smith, but he finally figured it out, right? So in order to get here, you're definitely going to have to have some painful days, right? You got to have some painful days to get to the market. I mean, to be a better trader, a better investor, whatever. You got to go through that pain. And I've been through that pain, but now I'm sitting here now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here now 5 years in. Neo in the Matrix, 5 years in. I'm only getting better. I'm going for year 10. All right. 27 government agencies and counting when a Palantir, okay, check this out. So Palantir, they're in all of these agencies in the government. When a Palantir exec turned whistleblower tells us that the company intends to take over the U.S. government, maybe we should believe him. So what y'all think about, y'all tell me this, is Palantir Skynet? I think Palantir is Skynet, y'all. I think Palantir is Skynet. Y'all remember the Terminator? I think Palantir is Skynet. So if this is true, Palantir has embedded itself into the Department of Defense, U.S. Army, Air Force, Marine Corps, Special Operations, DHS, ICE, HSI, HHS, CDC, FDA, USDA. That's the food. FBI, DOJ, IRS, CIA, Custom Border Patrol, FAA, NSA, SSA, all the government agencies, even NASA, Department of the State. So is Palantir freaking Skynet? I think Palantir is Skynet. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, y'all. Subscribe. If y'all want to join the Discord, the link is in the description. Taking in free members at the moment. It's gonna be limited. So if y'all want to get in, don't trade oil futures. Neighbors, this guy said his neighbors are pissed, right? Imagine trading oil futures, right? And you win big, then you import the oil barrels. Ain't that something? Trading in the market, Trump market, trading in the Trump markets, right? So this is how the markets are when Trump tweets, right? This is how it starts all smooth. Starts all smooth and then it gets crazy.
Everyone keeps telling me to buy on the uptrend, but as soon as I wait for the pullback and then I enter, putting my stop loss below the previous higher low, Trump comes in and says something retarded, spikes me out, and then it freaking goes. I freaking hate trading. Trading's so dumb. Everyone keeps telling me to buy on the uptrend.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, man, these people need to come find me, man. They must not know. They need to come find me in my community because my community got results and we not playing, bro. We not playing, right? We gonna have we gonna have to be on the low. Let's see. This the path that I'm taking. Well, not that path, but I'm gonna keep it moving. This guy, look, there was a guy on a cruise just absolutely cooked by day trading and day trading fair value guys. So imagine being on a cruise, right? You supposed to be on vacation on a cruise and you see a motherfucker. Let me play this video right quick, man. Imagine being on a cruise and you see a motherfucker flashing out. That'll make my day.
I'm on this cruise and this guy is like working from home or something. What is this guy doing? Oh, he's day trading. Oh, he's getting cooked. Oh, he's getting absolutely. I'm on this cruise and this guy is like working from home or something.
So yeah, man, imagine being on a cruise. You know, you got to take a break. You got to take a break at some point. You know what I'm saying? When you're on a cruise, just enjoy life. Let me keep going. Look, this is what they doing in China, right? They teaching their teenagers to be special operators in China. You know what I'm saying? You see that? Look, you see that head movement? Look what they doing, man. This is what they teaching their teenagers in China to do. Bro, look, wait. Watch the head movement. Anyway, man. Oh man, bro. Yeah, man. Hey, what they training for, man. What they practice for. That shit is funny to me, though. That shit is funny. Right here. This was interesting to me, right? This shit was interesting. This is what Trump is trying to combat right now. And most of you have no idea, according to this post. Look how much changed in 24 years. So let's look at this right here. Let's look at this together right here. Right? So global trade dominance since the year 2000. All right, USA versus China. In the year 2000, US trade totaled 2.2 trillion. More than 4 times China's 474 billion. From 2000 to 2024, so 24 years, US trade expanded by 167%, while China's trade surged by 1,200%, surpassing the US in 2012, right? By 2024, total trade reached 5.3 trillion for the US and 6.2 trillion for China. And then look, we can look at the year 2000 right here, right? You look at the year 2000, how we was the king of trade. You know, we traded over I guess that's 2,000 billion, which that might be a trillion plus. All right. We did 782 billion in exports and about probably 121 billion in imports. But anyway, look at this map. You can see the dominance back from 2000 to 2024. China was nowhere to be found. They controlled their region, but now look at today, right? Look at today. Look how the world shifted. Now let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. In my honest opinion, this is by design. This is by design. Y'all in the chat, let me know if you know history. Who is behind this, right? How does this even happen? That's the question I got for y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Y'all in X, make sure y'all subscribe. Hit the like button if y'all want to get in the Discord. Link is in the description and Twitter, on YouTube. I mean, how does this happen, y'all? How does this happen? If y'all just how does the world shift in 24 years like this? And it happened for China so quickly. Anybody got any answers? Let me get some engagement. Let me get some engagement. Any answers? How does this happen? Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Well, all right, since nobody want to answer, I feel like this happens. I feel like central powers, right? You should know what I'm talking about. The central powers, they have no jurisdiction, right? In my honest opinion, the central powers have no jurisdiction, and they use up one country to shift to the next. It's always been happening through history, right? Because the people, they control the finances. Now, that's just my opinion of it. There's probably more elements to it, but who controls the industry? Well, the market makers, in my honest opinion. The people that control industry, the bankers, they purposely shift the industry out of America overseas to China, give them the industrial power to rise up real quick, which depleted our nation. That's why we no longer are the leader in certain things. We the leader in technology for now, but China, you know, let's also look at this photo as well. If we are overextended, right? If we are overextended in the Middle East, right? We over in the Middle East, overextended in the Strait of Hormuz. We're trying to police the world. You know what I'm saying? How are we doing this when China and their allies are on the rise? I don't know. I just got questions. I got theories, but I don't think this is random. I think this is by design, where we go from this to this. Central bankers, powers that be, transfer of wealth. The wealth transferred from the west to the fucking east, and it happened quickly. That's not by you. That doesn't happen without some type of backing, right? Doesn't happen without some type of backing. So from the west to the east now is a superpower, right? And it constantly changes. And you already see, do they want to make China? And I've heard speculation like, hey, the Chinese yuan might be the reserve currency one day. You know what I'm saying? We shall see. I don't know. That's all theory. That's all theory. What else? What else? Before I get to the market. Check it out, man. For y'all that's on the sideline, right? For y'all that are on the sideline and don't think you can trade, you don't think you can learn this skill set. Well, guess what? They got older women, grandmothers out here day trading with the best of them. So what's your excuse? Let's play the video. $20,000 trade, right? If a grandmother can do it, what y'all waiting on? Kanye West and Jared Kushner was Trump Messiah handler. Kanye be off the, I don't know. Let's see what he got to say. Do I want to play Kanye West? I don't know. Let's keep it moving. Look, the worst negotiator of all time. Who is this, y'all? Who is this? Dorelli, she retired anyway, boss. She got all day. I get it, but shit. Retired and making more money than she did ever working her job. But check y'all president out, man. Is he strung out like this, man? Hopefully he ain't going out like this, man. That's crazy. Let me keep going. I thought this was suspicious, right? Is this what, Skynet, Palantir, is this where we going? Robotics, AI? We are past the point of no return, right? We are past the point of no return. Let's play it. Terminator. I just realized, y'all. I'm about to get flagged for that. They gonna flag my video for that. It's all good. I'm just gonna have to edit it out. But yeah, let me, you know what I'm saying? The reason I'm gonna get flagged for that is because of the music on YouTube, right? They gonna flag me for the Terminator theme song. So it's all good. We gonna get by it. But as you can see, this is what they're doing, right? They got somebody up day and night, restless, no sleep, trying to master this shit, right? And they're getting close. They're getting real close, right? So what we gonna do when this shit pops out? We're not gonna be able to tell, you know. I don't know where we going with this. This is me right here, yo. This is me. If I could, I would. Want to be profitable in this market? Set up your office right off the coast of the Strait of Hormuz. You got a front row seat to all the action, and you can call the market real time. So this is how dedicated you have to be, right? Shout out to this guy. Shout out to that guy. Yeah, man, if y'all want to take that journey of being traders and analysts in the market, you know, either you're already like this or you're going to become this. But, you know, in the beginning, you got a lot of friends, and then it fizzles out, and then it's just you, right? It's just you and yourself trying to master the markets, right? Or you can join my community and be a part of a unique situation. The Great Reset 2.0 could happen next, and most people are completely unaware of this. In 2020, the WEF coined the term the Great Reset during the global lockdown. Now the elites are planning for it again, which it was always Agenda 2030. In 2020, they used a pandemic for the Great Reset. This time, they are forcing an energy crisis. If you look closely, a lot of things are happening that could push the global economy towards another lockdown, even worse than 2020. In the past few weeks, several large oil refineries and energy facilities have been disrupted, and no one knows the reason of them. By doing this, energy supply is being choked, which could be a reason to enforce a lockdown. But that's not all. Along with the energy crisis, the world is moving towards a food crisis. Remember, y'all better start stocking food. That's when it's going to get real. Stock your food or grow your food. The Strait is almost closed, which has choked the fertilizer supply. Asia and Europe have already started to face it, but this could only get worse. Also, President Trump used to use the term world most powerful reset this month, which shows that he may see the repeat of 2020 again. Do you think another reset is coming? It's obvious. It's obvious. People in those posts. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. All right. I'm about to come to the markets here shortly. I'm just trying to get through some things that caught my eye. I haven't been really engaged in X recently, but a lot of things. Make sure if y'all want to tap into the Discord, link is in the description. I keep telling y'all. For my crypto people, right? For my crypto people, the Clarity Act. The Clarity Act, is it this close? Is the Clarity Act this close and nobody sees it coming, right? Is it this close and nobody sees it coming? The biggest wave of institutional liquidity of all time is waiting on the sidelines to flow into the crypto market once the Clarity Act is signed. The Clarity Act opens the floodgates. So for people that's in crypto, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might think the biggest wave of institutional liquidity of all time is here, but no. I mean, for me as an analyst, as a trader, we already seeing it. Y'all that's watching the equities in the stock market, trillions and trillions of dollars flowing through those markets. For example, let's come over here to the S&P, right? Let's come to the S&P. Now I'm about to get into the charts. Shep, hunt your food. For sure, man, for sure. Let's take a look out, man. Let's come out to the monthly time frame. So this is the S&P 500 futures contract or futures market index, whatever y'all want to call it. The history goes back to 1997. But as you can see, vertical, straight up price action. If you don't trade these markets, you have no idea. Crypto people are waiting for this type of money to flow into their markets. But us over here as a trading community, we seeing it every day. Trillions upon trillions coming into this market, right? So this is the S&P 500 breaking all-time high, 7,194. I'm gonna do some more analysis here in a minute on it. That's the S&P. Also the same with the NASDAQ. Let me zoom out on the NASDAQ. All-time history. Stock markets, equities breaking all-time high. That's a reflection of the economy. NASDAQ breaking 27,400. The Dow Jones is still lagging, but the Dow Jones creating all-time highs as well. What about gold? Gold quietly consolidating, but I'm bullish on gold. Monthly time frame. Gold is accumulating. They're accumulating. They're building sentiment on gold. Shit, my eye itch. But anyway, silver. Silver, same thing as gold, right? Silver, same thing as gold. Coiling up. Ed, glad to catch you, boss. Good evening. What's up, Ed? Appreciate you joining, man. Appreciate you joining. If y'all on X, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, share the live stream on X. Kind of quiet over here on X. Kind of quiet. It's a quiet Friday, man. I'm assuming people are kind of like resting or whatever they're doing. I'm just trying to here to be y'all updating y'all entertainment. Where do I want to start? All right, let's follow the money right quick. Let's follow the money. Or let me look at the headlines. What we got in the headlines, right? I'm gonna go through some headlines on YouTube. And I'm gonna come back and give a detailed breakdown on what I think what the markets want to do. Let's come over here. Let's start with Donald Trump. Trump asks if oil goes to $200 a barrel, are you okay with that? So somebody asked him that, a reporter. Let's see what Donald Trump got to say.
If it does go to 200, are you okay with that, sir? If oil goes to 200?
I think that there's nothing worse than a nuclear weapon that takes out one of your cities or two of your cities or three. I think there's nothing worse than a nuclear weapon that's going to destroy the Middle East, including Israel. I think there's nothing worse than Europe being under attack by people that have missiles now that reach Europe. As you know, they don't reach us, but they reach Europe. But they will reach us at some time, probably the not too distant future, unless we stop them now. I think there would be nothing worse than having nuclear holocaust in Europe, London, Paris, various places in Germany, all targeted. No, what I say.
First of all, he skipped the whole question. Motherfucker, we asked you about, do you think oil is going to go to $200 a barrel? He starts talking about nuclear war. Let's play it.
Is you can't let them have. I don't think it will happen, by the way. I really think we actually, it turns out that we are drill baby drill. And it turns out we're producing a lot of oil, and they're buying the oil. They're going to Alaska. They're going to Texas, Louisiana. And our guys have done a fantastic job. We're putting out right now more oil and gas than we ever have in the history of our country. And one other thing, there are more people employed today in the United States than ever in the history of our country.
So yeah, he got to make it sound good, right? Got to make it look good. Got to make it sound good. But if we go back to that map over here on X, let's come back over to X. If we come back to this right here, let me find it. Where is it at? If we come back to this right here, yeah, you got to make it sound good, right? We got to make it sound good because look at this map right here. We producing. We pretty much intentionally went over here to the Middle East. Blockaded the Strait of Hormuz to drive traffic. That might just be the ultimate goal, to get everybody to come back over here. We probably don't really want to go to war with them boots on the ground. We just want to divert traffic and stop China from growing. So when you see Donald Trump completely avoiding the question, right? He avoided the question, and that might have been a trick question because Trump been inside trading, but We'll see, man. We'll see. What's up, Texas Plates? AWB, what's up? What's up? Shell, we export 46%, import 54%. So we buy more than we sell. Yep. Make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all over there on X. Subscribe. Subscribe. If y'all want to join the Discord, the link is in the description. Patreon, description, or in my bio. I got all the links up. So I'm doing this cross-platform thing. But yeah, man, Trump got to make that shit sound good. What else is going on in the news? Let's see. Spirit Airlines, right? Spirit Airlines, right? Let's check it out. Trump, let's just see what he got to say. Trump says he's considering having the U.S. buy Spirit Airlines. Let's see.
Spirit is an airline that's had some trouble. They were going to merge with People Express, or one of them, a number of years ago, and Barack Hussein Obama decided it was a bad idea. How did that work out? It's bad for both of them. That would have been a natural merger. Not United and American, but Spirit and the other. We're looking at helping them. We have 18,000 people that live in this country that are great people and great employees, and we're thinking about doing it, helping them out, and meaning bailing them out or buying it. I think we just buy it. We'd be getting it virtually debt-free. They have some good aircraft, some good assets, and when the price of oil goes down, we'll sell it for a profit. I'd love to be able to save those jobs. I'd love to be able to save an airline. I like having a lot of airlines.
Wait a minute. He will sell it for a profit. Do you hear this? Y'all know he manipulating the market. Let me say that. We gonna buy it, oil goes down, we'll sell it for a profit. That's his mindset.
And meaning bailing them out or buying it. I think we just buy it. We'd be getting it virtually debt-free. They have some good aircraft, some good assets, and when the price of oil goes down, we'll sell it for a profit. I'd love to be able to save those jobs. I'd love to be able to save an airline. I like having a lot of airlines, so it's competitive. So we are looking at Spirit. It's in a bankruptcy. It's in bankruptcy court, and we're looking if we could get it for the right price. I'd do it to save the jobs, and we have somebody that wants to run it, do a good job, smart person. And if they run it properly, and if prices come down, all of a sudden it's a valuable asset. And they have some very good slots too, which are pretty valuable.
Imagine.
So the U.S. Trump talking about buying Spirit Airline. Everybody laughs at Spirit Airline.
It does go to
I did see Spirit had some duct tape on one of their planes. It was kind of insane. Let's see what the U.S. blockade update, right? The U.S.-Iran blockade choke point. Let's see what the update is on that.
Time crisis here at the Strait of Hormuz, while it's effectively closed because of two blockades in place, one by Iran and the other by US, there's intense activity around its waters here, be it in the Gulf of Oman, the Arabian Sea, or further down in the Indian Ocean. Now, this video shows US forces boarding and seizing a vessel in the Indian Ocean. The military says the sanctioned ship was transporting Iranian oil. Now, Central Command says that it's ordered 33 vessels back to port in the first week after it imposed a blockade here on April 13, targeting maritime trade, entering and leaving Iranian ports. In retaliation, we've had Iran's Revolutionary Guard firing and seizing multiple commercial vessels this week, saying the strait is not fully open until the US blockade on its ports is lifted. But President Donald Trump has ordered the military to maintain a strict blockade of the southern ports here. He says he's ordered to shoot and kill any small boats that are caught planting sea mines in the Strait of Hormuz. There's also an intense buildup of US air and naval power in the region, the most intense since 2003. 3 aircraft carrier strike groups, including destroyers and amphibious units, have been deployed near Iran. This is war diplomacy, Trump style, from a blockade, a naval buildup, alongside a ceasefire and negotiations for a deal. But none of it has been able to reopen the strait that has been effectively closed since the start of the war. And while the confrontation is playing out in the Gulf, the impact has been on soaring prices of crude oil, natural gas, and other commodities.
So with that being said, she summed it up that all of this is still impacting oil. Y'all let me know in the chat, has gas prices going down where you at? Because I know damn sure it ain't going down where I'm at. Gas price still high, right? Gas price still high. Let's come over and look at oil. Let's go do some analysis. That's kind of where I want to start, right? So if y'all are just joining, subscribe, hit that like button, right? Link is in the description for the Discord if y'all want to get in the Discord. Y'all on X, like, share the video, share the live stream. All right, let's start on oil, right? I'm currently on the monthly time frame. We have 5 days left in the month of April, right? Time is flying by. Goodness gracious, right? It's like it's speeding up, but 5 days left in April, and then we go into May. Read the chat. All right. So right now I'm on the monthly time frame. I'm operating with a dealing range. The range for me goes back from April 2020 to March 2022. That's a range that I'm currently in on the monthly for oil. Back in 2020, oil went to freaking -0, right? It went into the zero, which is crazy. I can only imagine smart money institutions, right? When they dropped it down here, for whatever reason, they probably accumulated. Probably the Saudis and these wealthy ass oil titans accumulated oil underneath that low right there, right? That low goes back, and there was lows underneath that, but buying oil under a freaking under a penny is crazy. Could you imagine, right? Could you imagine? Who does that? Who buys oil under a penny and then hold their position for several years? Could you imagine? Let me see. Let me show you that picture again. If you would have done that, right? If you would have bought oil under a penny, what the hell is it at? Imagine buying oil under a penny and then living like this right here, right? Could you imagine? Let me would have bought oil at under a penny. I wouldn't know where to put my oil, right? Who does that? Who has the money to do that? Just got the trucks lined up, barrels of oil. Damn near just come get it. Just come get it. But that's what it seems like somebody did back in 2020 during the pandemic. So oil went under a penny. Somebody down here accumulated oil, right? Let's walk through this. Because what I see over here is a market maker sell model. Y'all should know. Now we're getting technical. We're getting into the technical terms. Market maker sell model. Trading down, taking out liquidity below the market. They accumulated way down here, displacement up, right? And we go into a buy model, right? We go into a buy model, which starts the beginning of the range. What I want to highlight, and y'all can participate, I see several things. Y'all name one thing that y'all see in the chat. What's one thing that y'all see when the market kind of reverse? What's one thing that y'all see? Let's get some participation going, right? Let's get some participation going. Let me get the post going on X. What's one thing that y'all see? What's one PD array? Maybe let me be more specific. Night Owl, you said business. I'm talking about technical, Night Owl. But you right though. You technically right, Night Owl. Business. You say you see business. 1 second. Dorelli inversion, bullish order block, Sibby, Bissy. Okay. Y'all know what y'all talking about, man. Y'all know what y'all seeing. Right? Y'all know what y'all seeing. So yeah, what I see is, for example, you see many things, but imagine being an institution and they're accumulating right here, right there, Bissy. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, accumulation, right? So first of all, before I break this down, when they bought down here, bro, y'all don't think that was they was transferring, like they're accumulating. Of course they're accumulating, but to hold oil from 1 penny up to $100, bro, is that not a wealth transfer? in my honest opinion. And now they're at premium prices, playing games, playing games with society, but they accumulated down here. Now I don't think that's random. But yes, BTC, that's a BTC entry after taking out liquidity. This is a monthly time frame. I guarantee, right? I guarantee right here where they took out liquidity. Let me change this to sell side liquidity. Where is it at? Previous week, sell side liquidity right there. All right. Imagine them dropping it down and buying down here near this wick low. Let's go down to from the monthly down to the daily. Go down from the monthly down to the daily. All right. This is what it looks like on the daily. Some wild ass manipulation. Let's go down to a 4 hour. I'm gonna show you what they're doing, right? I'm gonna show you what they're doing. All right, let's go way back, way back, way back. Zoom in, zoom in. All right, right here. So they drop it down, right? So on some wild shit, oil goes below a penny, right? And then it closes, right? It closes. The closing price of this candle right here back in April 20th, 2020. I don't even remember that day, but y'all let me know in the chat. So they closed it down here and then they gapped it open higher up here, right? Look where it closed and gapped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this gap. Y'all might not see the gap, but I'm going to measure this gap, taking you back to October 20th, 2020. Closing price right here, and then they gap it up right there. I'm going to change the settings to dealing range right here. Now, you tell me, right? Y'all tell me. Let me remove this shaded area right here. Y'all tell me. So this is the gap that y'all might not be able to see it, but I'm just highlighting it for y'all. This is one way to look at it, or you could take a rectangle and highlight the gap. And y'all might not understand what I'm saying if you're brand new. You might not understand the gap. These are 4 hour candles. And the market closed on at about 2 p.m. on a Monday. It dropped down, and then an hour later it gapped open, right? I mean, the next day it gapped up. So there's a gap in price that y'all can't see. But when they did that, there's a clear range in price. There's a clear gap in price, and all I did was lay my Fibonacci on it. And when it retraced down, right, when they gapped it open, they closed at 1 penny, right? It closed at 1 penny, and then it gapped open at $21, right? So that's some manipulation. Y'all gotta be careful, right? This can happen in any market. That's why you gotta be cautious. This can happen in any market. They close it at 1 penny and then gap it open at $21. And then when they do that, it goes down to make the gap efficient. Look at the midway point of the gap. Do you think that's random how price will trade down to the midpoint of that gap? I don't think that's random. Let me remove this right here. I'm just illustrating in different ways. So what I have is my Fibonacci tool. They gap it down to the midway point of the gap, and look how price is respecting these levels, or the midpoint of the gap, which is equilibrium. That's not random, right? And then price drops down, wicks down one good time. And y'all might not be seeing this. That's why I say I'm a Neo in the Matrix. When it drops down, it takes out these equal lows in here intraday, right? Take out these equal lows intraday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the little minor liquidity that y'all might not can see. The market is layered with liquidity all over the place. Well, it didn't really tag that one. It made equal lows. It didn't tag that one. But it's supporting the equilibrium of the fair value gap. So way down here in price, when price was about $12 for a barrel of oil, they're accumulating down here. So for y'all in the chat, what kind of candle is this right here? After it drops down, take out some small liquidity, hits equilibrium of the gap, which is the midpoint. Price displaces higher and then trades back down. What is this right here? Y'all let me know in the chat. What kind of candle is this right here? Right, this is a 4 hour time frame for oil. We took it back to 2020. This is called back testing, right? This is back testing. If you don't know, If you want to get good at this, this is things you have to do, right? This is things you have to do. It's not Shep. You might see the SIBI, right? And you can use that, but this down close candle right here, what is that right there? That's what I'm referring to. If you see the SIBI, yeah, you can use it, but I'm referring to this down close candle, AWB. Order block, right? What kind of order block? There you go, Shep. Bullish order block. So it supports the equilibrium level, displaces higher, trades back down into the order block, right? Trades back down into the order block. When it trades down to the order block, the midpoint of the order block is a key level. The midpoint of the order block is called mean threshold. That is the last deep stop of defense before, it starts to fail. Like, so if I was to enter on this order block, the opening price, the threshold for me will be closing below the 50% level, right? If the price closes below the 50% level, I'm going to kill that trade. I don't want to sit in that. But price drops down, taps equilibrium of that gap from 1 penny to $21, rallies higher, trades back down into the order block, the midpoint. Yes, it can wick through it, but you don't see the bodies closing below the 50% level. No, you don't. The bodies are staying above it. Trades down into it one time, rally up. When it rallies higher, right? When it starts to move higher, what is this right here? Right? It's a order block, but what kind of order block? If y'all really know. What kind of order block? This candle right here, this down close candle. What do we call that? What do we call that? Anybody? Y'all saying bullish? All right, so yes, it's a bullish order block. So this is a bullish order block, but when you have a series of order blocks that are stacking, it's called a propulsion block, right? So you can see how price drops down, hits a level, displays higher. This candle right here that trades down, it trades into this order block right here. The next candle opens, goes higher, right? Closes above this price right here, this opening price of this down close candle. Once it touches that becomes active. It activates it. The next candle opens right here at the base, trades down into it. Do you think it's random where it trades to? Look at the midpoint of that propulsion block. So what it's doing is getting ready to propel it higher, right? So it trades down, midpoint, rejects it, closes bullish, right? The next candle retraces, consolidates, and then boom, out the gate, expands, right? Next candle, right here. What is this right here? That's a BTC. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. It's an order block right there. Price opens, trades down into it. Does it need to fill it? No. When it's very bullish or very bearish, you want to see price support the upper portion of it, or if you're bearish, the lower portion of it. You don't want to see it really drive down deep into it. But when it's super bullish, it's going to let you know that it's very bullish. So it trades down into the BTC, trades down into it. Do you think that's random when I lay my Fibonacci across that fair value gap? It trades into it. Look, 0.75 level keys right off of that. Precision, right? Precision. Taps it, close, next candle, takes off, right? Zooming out. That's oil. This is what I'm showing y'all where they was buying oil way back here at discounts. Same functioning price. They drop it down to -1 penny and then they start moving it higher. This shit happens in every market. What I'm showing you, the same type of analysis. Every market. We rally up. When we rally up, what do? Look over to the left. We take out the buy side liquidity, right? We take out the buy side liquidity. Bing. So what they do is high frequency algorithms that accumulated way down here, they're taking a lot of money off the table right there. Now they're hedging, they're high frequencies trading and they're hedging. They're doing it all. Like institutions, they got access to every form, every style of trading. So they're using high frequency algorithms and they're also using long-term analysis, and they have large positions on when these markets start moving higher. So they're eating on both sides of the world. I mean, on both of the best sides of the world on the trading, in the trading world, right? They're high frequency trading and they're also long-term betting, right? Long-term betting. So look, next candles, well, we rally up, we create a gap. That's a true gap. You don't see the bodies overlapping. You don't even see the wicks overlapping. That is a true gap. It's not even a fair value gap. It's just a true gap. But if you look over here, you want to add the volume imbalance, right? I kind of ignore this wick right here. Look at the volume imbalance. It's a gap. It's another form of a gap, but price trades down into it. They don't even offer much opportunity to get long. They don't offer much opportunity to get long, and then boom, displacement higher. Starts going higher. If you just joining, y'all don't know, price is algorithmic, right? Nothing random about price. It's very algorithmic. It repeats over and over again. If y'all want to learn, the link is in the description for the Discord. Y'all get in the Discord if y'all really want to learn. Look, equal highs up here, right? We already know what equal highs represent. Buy side liquidity. Let me draw this out over here on the right. Represents buy side liquidity. Bing tags it. They're taking off more profits. Then it trades up into a certain level. Look at this gap over here. See this gap? I'm going to reference that gap. So the gap starts from right here, close, to the open of this candle right here. So this was a Friday close, right? And then a Sunday open, just like that. They gap it down extreme. Price eventually is going to return back to that. Let me remove this right here. Price eventually trades right back into that gap right there. And let's pay attention to how price behaves in the gap. Let's pay attention. I'm just drag that over to the right. You can see how price behaves in the gap. Yes. Dorelli, good point out, bro. Good point out. New week opening gap. That's exactly what that is. I'm glad that you pay attention. And yes, they're powerful. I've taught that before. You already know. So what I'm going to do is in that gap, the new week opening gap that Dorelli pointed out, I'm going to lay a Fibonacci over that. I'm going to get these levels, right? You can see how price respects this Fibonacci, which are gradients, right? Price is using these levels. I also can add more levels. For example, I can go from quadrants, I can go to eighths, right? It gets more precise when I go to eighths, when I change my Fibonacci settings. Look how price trades down into this level right here and rejects it. You think that's random? I don't think that's random at all. Price will trade down to this level right here, key off of it, displays higher. What you're doing is you're mixing, you're overlapping, you're using these levels as a layout. You're overlapping the price action where you're overlapping levels, key levels, and you're also reading price action, naked price action. I'm to the point now, bro. I probably don't need nothing on my chart, but I'm not there yet. I'm striving to get there. I probably don't need nothing on my chart, to be honest. I can look at price and already what pops out at me is the orders, where the liquidity. First thing that pops out to me. So for example, I can just look at these highs over here, right? And I'm knowing price is going to refer back to that. So not every swing high, I put them all together. This forms one large liquidity pool. So when I see these consecutive highs above here, they have a ton of orders resting above the market. So when it goes there, it's going to eventually go back and return to that. Bing, hits it, right? Hits it. How did it get there, right? I see all kind of models. Look over here, market maker sell model inside of that new week opening gap that I got highlighted. Price goes up. Look at these highs over here. Buy side liquidity price. Let me show you. Price liquidates these highs right here. Bro, I'm going to start getting in my bag. I'm going to start showing y'all every model known to man. Dorelli, I like the OTE fib, though. Yeah, man. Yes. Oh, you like the OTE fib. That's what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you one here in a minute, Dorelli. I'll show you the OTE fib. I'm just walking through different models, right? If y'all are interested, man, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe. Link is in the description, right? But shit, I mean, just looking at, I get excited, bro. I don't understand. Y'all don't realize how much time I put into this. But I kind of be holding back on YouTube, right? I should just stop popping my shit and just, be arrogant. But, I'm very humble. But I see all kind of different models all in this price action right here. So, for example, even though the market is retracing down, right? It's retracing down. The market was bullish. The market is bullish overall, but you can still get in here and get busy once you know what you're doing. So we go up, We clear out these buy side liquidity pools. This is a 4-hour time frame. Then, and it almost looks like a 5-minute, 1-minute time frame, but it's a 4-hour. We clear out the buy side. Price displace lower. When it displaces lower, y'all in the chat, what is this right here? Let me get the participation going. What kind of candle is this right here? Yes, you can be shorting the market in bullish conditions all day, every day. You just gotta know what you're looking for. What is this right here? Y'all tell me in the chat. I'm gonna give it another color. No, not that. Right there. Yes, Dorelli, Sibby, Shep, Sibby. Y'all are correct. That's a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, just right there. After, you got to know where the liquidity is. Price seeks liquidity, and that's where they make their key moves at. Bro, once you see this and do it, drill it in your fucking mind every day, drill it in your mind for years and years and years. You cannot unsee this shit. They can't hide nothing from me. Nothing catches me off guard. Well, I can't say that, but just doing this practice right here, you know, all day. Market maker buy model goes up, take out buy side liquidity. They offload their long positions and then they short the market down. They're not just shorting it anywhere. They're going for, look over here, these lows, right? These lows. I can do this on any time frame. I'm just doing it on the 4-hour right now. Look at these lows right here. Bing, just like that. Do I need to pull out the calculator? Sell side liquidity just like that. If y'all just joining, we're looking at oil futures. We're just discussing, you know, I'm just being random tonight. I really don't have no structure. We are talking about the wealth transfer, but I'm just showing y'all how y'all can short any market, trade any market, whatever. Technical precision, algorithmic trading. So look, y'all, this is a complete model right here. You wait for liquidity to be swept. Price displaces lower, right? Just because you see this drop, most people would chase this, right? So when price drops down here, people will start chasing, but eventually it come back up, stop everybody out. The reason it's coming back up is because it wants to make this gap efficient. It retraces up, makes the gap efficient. Smart money is accumulating in here. Smart money is accumulating inside the SIBI, right? They don't only just accumulate inside the SIBI. They want a deep premium. They trade it up to the premium side of the SIBI. So you see the midpoint of the SIBI? Well, yes, the SIBI has a discount and premium. How many of y'all knew that? Y'all that been with me, y'all know that. But the SIBI has a discount side and a premium side. Do you think they want to short in the premium or do they want to buy in the premium? They're probably going to want to short in the premium. So they drive it up to a deep premium. They offload they're accumulating shorts. And then they drop it to attack the sell side liquidity right there, right? We can get surgical with this. Look at this BTC right here. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, right? Look at this right here, this BTC. Do you think it's random that price will return right back to it with precision? Nah, it's not random. Trades right down to the midpoint of it, right? Right down to the midpoint. Rejects it, retraces up. When it retraces up, look, what is that? SIBI, right? SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. Another one, like DJ Khaled. Another one, SIBI. Right there. Yeah, it can trade outside of it a little bit. That's all right. You a man or a woman, you know what I'm saying? Chin up, chest out, right? You can withstand this, right? Right? People get shot every day, man. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? You'll be all right. You tough, B. So it retraces up. Yeah, it trades to a premium and it looks like it's going to go outside of it, but I guarantee, nope, trades back down. You got to have conviction, right? Dorelli, you was mentioning the OTE. Well, let me find one for you. Let's take, for example, this swing high right here after taking out buy side down to this low right here, right? So what I'm doing is I'm referencing this swing high, this low right there. That's a Dilling range. And when I find the Dilling range, I put on my OTE settings. OTE settings is no different than discount the premium. Where's my OTE setting? Right here. Optimal trade entry. If you don't know what OTE stands for, it stands for optimal trade entry. It's just another way to gauge the market. You actually don't need nothing but this. Well, I can't say that. But this is one technique or entry method that you can use. it's still premium to discount, but you're looking for the most optimal trade entry in a premium. So when it trades up, it goes above the 50% level, trades into it, right? You want to be shorting at that. Also, look a little close, right? You see this down close candle right here, or this up close. The market is bullish. Excuse me, the market is bearish. Up close candle right there. Price trades right into it. What is that right there, right? You tell me if it's freaking random. I don't think it's random, right? It's not random. Bearish order block, right? Bearish order block. Trades right into it. Where you think they're getting their best entry in? They're getting it at the 50, above the 50% level. Is it random that the bodies don't even refer? Well, is it random that the bodies don't even close on the premium side of the range? They all stay on the discount side. Yeah, they wick up there. That's them getting them precision entries, wicking into the premium. And then they don't close, no candle above the premium, and then they sell off. Rolls over, sells off, hits key level, takes out liquidity out the market. Man, if we got to put this in perspective, let's just pull up the CME. I just want to get the figures for y'all. Pull up the CME. You want to come to markets. You want to come over here to energies, right? You want to look up WTI crude, which is right here, WTI crude oil. You want to go to specs, and just to put it in perspective, if you wanted to trade oil, well, guess what? Every time oil ticks 1 penny, that's $10, right? Do the math. Y'all do the math. Every time oil ticks 1 penny, it goes $10. $10 per penny. Now let's come back to oil, right? Not the right chart. Where is it at? Right here. All right, every time it ticks 1 penny, that's $10. So let's just hypothetically say this, right? Let's just, back test, let's put it into theory. Oil trades up, hits the order block right there, all right? Order block to, let's say, this SIBI down here. And let me clean this up a little bit so I don't confuse y'all. Clean this up just a little bit. Let's clean this up just a little bit. All right. So let's get naked right quick. Pause. Let's get naked. But yeah, we trade up to the order block up here using OTE, optimal trade entry. That's your entry point right here. And we go down to this SIBI down here, or this BTC right there. You get out. Let's say you get out at the midpoint. That's a $2.63 move. That's 263 points, right? Remember, every penny is $10 in. Every penny is $10 in oil if you was to trade oil. Let me pull out my handy dandy calculator. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. Let's pull out the calculator. Right? I think I'm sitting above it a little bit, but it don't matter. And let's do the math, right? So it's gonna be 263. That's how many points oil went. One second. $2.63 times 10. That's $2,600, right? $2,600 move. How long did it take? It took about 3 days. This was when oil was a little bit slower, but 3 days essentially, right? That entry right there down to that SIBI, that BTC right there. So that's oil futures, right? And then look, it comes back a few days later. Gives you another opportunity. Now remember, I'm on the 4 hour time frame, but it trades back up, give you another opportunity, and sells off. So what you're looking at is swing trading, right? How many of y'all want to be swing traders? How many of y'all want to graduate from being long-term investors? The next step from long-term investing would be swing trading, right? I'm giving you a whole model. I'm giving you an entire model on the 4 hour time frame to become a swing trader. I'm showing you what it looks like, where you're holding these trades for a few days at a time, right? It's either I'm holding long term or I'm in and out the market. Nobody wants to kind of like hold for a few days. But look, you see these equal lows in here, this sell side liquidity, that's the target for me, right? It can go longer. Imagine swing trading imagine taking your first partials right here, bing, just like that, out the market. You take partials. Matter of fact, what was it? 263 times 10. Let's say we have 5 contracts of oil, 5 contracts of crude oil. So it'll be, let's do the math, or let me use my fib right quick, or my ruler. Order block down to here, right here. That's a $4. It goes a little bit lower. Let's go to $5 right there. Boom, just like that. So a $5 move on oil, 500 points in oil. So the math would be 500 times 10, right? That's $5,000. But let's say we have 5 oil contracts, futures, 5 oil futures contracts on. That'll be 5,000 because that's one contract times 5. That's $25,000 just like that, right? Of course, institutions are doing way more. I don't even want to play with their figures, but this is a swing trade, right? Imagine, okay, how many days did that take? Let's give you that perspective. $25,000. Wait. Yeah, y'all can see it. Y'all can see it. I thought y'all couldn't see it for a minute. But $25,000, right? How many days would that have taken for oil trading oil futures? Order block entry down to liquidity right here. That would have taken you 6 days and 20 hours. How many of y'all have the patience of making $25,000 in 6 days? How many of y'all had the patience to make $25,000 in 6 days holding that position? For y'all that work jobs, all you have to do is stalk the position. All you got to do is stalk the setup. It provides it to you and then it rolls over. You know, you just manage it along the way. Every time we drop down and hit liquidity or a fair value gap, for example, you take partials. One day, for example, you take 2 contracts off. Dorelli, I've been holding XRP 6 days and days is a breeze. That's what I'm saying. You've been holding XRP, but 6 days is a breeze, right? Just gotta know what you're doing. Y'all can see it. Y'all let me know, can y'all see the formation, right? So what I did, how do you frame this up? How do you frame this up? Well, how do you know what you're looking for? Well, you can see they frame up buy side to the top of the market. There's something called a float, right? There's something called an open float. The market makers have to engineer liquidity on both sides of the market. So whenever I'm drawing my trend lines, that's the engineering of the liquidity. They're always creating highs, lows. They're constantly engineering liquidity. That's what you got to understand. So if you're bearish, for example, check this out. Y'all might not see it, but I'm going to lay a Fibonacci, right? I'm going to lay a Fibonacci from this high right here. Oh, shit, that ain't it. What is this? All right, so I'm going to lay a Fibonacci from this swing high right here down to this swing low right here, right? And I can do the OTE. I can do it all. Let's do the dealing range for the fib. That's my dealing range. So what we're doing is we're measuring the range from premium to discount. So if you're bearish, right? Let's say you're a swing trader or you're a day, you don't have time to day trade. Perfect example. Let's say you don't have time to day trade. Let's say you're a working class man or woman, right? And you can participate, but you can't be active day trading. But there's times in the day where you can participate. If you're bearish, right? Y'all tell me in the chat, what would you do if you was bearish inside of this range? What would you be looking for? I'm looking for a specific thing. It's real simple. If I'm bearish, I'm going to do what? Simple question. If I'm bearish, I'm looking to do what? Who knows? Who knows? Yo, come over here and check on X. 6 people watching on X. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Dorelli, if I'm bearish, short the premium. Okay, Dorelli. You closed that, really. Y'all both are correct. Dorelli and Shep. Short the premium, y'all are both correct. But I'm looking for something real specific. Like, because look, you got to realize we're on a higher time frame. We're on a 4-hour time frame. Every candle is 4 hours, right? Every candle is 4 hours. These candles ain't happening fast. Actually, this is a span of, let me see, from when we created this low right here, we created that low and all the way over to the right. That's 50 days. Let me show you what 50 days looks like. 50 days just right there. That's 50 days in the blue shaded area. So, again, put it in perspective for y'all that you all that can't trade actively, day trading and scalping because you work, you're employed, you got family, you got kids, that you could still make a killing. You can outperform people that day trade. I'm trying to paint the picture for y'all. There's different models. I have over I probably got about 18 different trading models. This is one of the models that I'm showing you. This applies to any market, right? This can apply to any market. So this is 50 days worth of price action. If I'm bearish, what's up? It's an illusion. If I'm bearish, we know obviously the short, right? But what are you doing? What do you have to do before you short? Come on now. Somebody got to ask the question. Answer the question. Somebody got to get it right. Somebody got to get it right. Smash that like button, subscribe. Shep, seek the liquidity. All right, let me help y'all out. And you right, Shep. You 100% right. If I'm bearish, I have to wait, right? I got to wait. If I'm waiting for, listen, pay attention. If I know I'm bearish because the 4 hour isn't the highest time frame. It's the 4 hour time frame is a buffer between long-term analysis and intraday price action. So the 4 hour time frame is a key time frame. Anything below the daily time frame is intraday. So the 4 hour, when I go from monthly, weekly, daily, the next time frame that I use is the 4 hour. I know when I drop down to the 4 hour that this is a buffer between intraday price action and long-term price action, because the 4 hour technically can still be kind of long-term. I just showed you 50 days, but also the 4 hour, there's more frequent setups on the 4 hour. There's setups that form more frequently than a daily or weekly or monthly. So you get more opportunities if you're somebody who is employed, somebody that's busy. These setups are perfect for you on the 4 hour that if you're busy on your day to day. So what you're doing is you're waiting. If you're bearish, you're waiting for price to come to the premium side of the dealing range. And that requires patience, right? So when we drop down, right, we drop down over here to the left. That's a market maker sell model. We drop down to the left. We consolidate. We chop. Are y'all going to be buying down here at this level? Y'all let me know in the chat. If you're bearish, are you going to be shorting down here at the discount? If you're bearish, are you going to be shorting at the discount? If you're bearish, are you going to be shorting at the discount side of the range? No. So no, you're going to have to be patient, right? Nope. Longs only. Well, you're right. You're going to be looking for longs, but there's some context to this. So for example, Shep, let me do this right quick. Let me do split screen, right? On the left is my 4 hour. On the right is going to be my weekly. Weekly. All right. So on the weekly, right? On the weekly, over here on the right side of my screen, this is a weekly. When I zoom out to the weekly, you can see how fractal, how small price looks on the weekly. But the market is bullish overall, right? But I'm showing you how you could be shorting intraday. So price retraces. This retracement over here on the right is this over here on the left, right? Intraday. So the higher time frame is the parent time frame, but price on the lower time frames is always seeking liquidity. Over here on the right is this SIBI right here on the weekly. Let me show you. Or inversion gap. It's a SIBI that was inverted. Right there. All right, you see that? So it's retracing down to offer discount, and it also trades into a smaller little, check this out, zoom in. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you with this. Right here. Y'all in the chat, what is that right there? And you tell me if that's not freaking random. Over on the weekly, you got to understand the higher time frame. You got to understand the higher time frame. What is this right here that I'm highlighting? What is that I'm highlighting? What is that I'm highlighting? Over here on the right. Oh, y'all didn't tell me I got my freaking, oh my God, I'm fucking the stream up. Let me hide this. Damn, now there you go. My bad. Fuck. All right. Somebody open y'all mouth, man. Volume balance. Yeah, appreciate it, Dorelli. Volume and balance. So this is a higher time frame over here on the right. This is a volume imbalance. So price trades down into the volume imbalance. Zoom in. You can see it go right to the midpoint. Do you think that's random? No, price needed to go down there. And when it dropped down there, what did it do? Take out liquidity, right? So let me draw a trend line right here. See these lows in here? Sell side liquidity right there. Boom, just like that. Sell side liquidity. Right there, sell side liquidity. Now, over here on the left, what does that sell side liquidity look like? Well, intraday on the 4 hour, there it is right there. Y'all think that's random? Do you see these equal lows? Equal lows, right? Guess what those lows represent? Liquidity. Sell side liquidity. Price goes for it, attacks it. Price always seeks liquidity. Attacks the liquidity and then trades down into the weekly BTC, or I mean the weekly volume imbalance, right? Bing, just like that. They accumulate under here. They're accumulating under the liquidity and at the volume imbalance to send it back up higher. All right, so let's bring it back, right? Let's bring it back. How do you frame this up? Well, swing high, swing low. You got an idea that the price is bearish. It's trying to retrace. They consolidate, consolidate, consolidate. You wait for price to come to a premium if you're bearish. This is a 4 hour time frame. You wait. It finally peeks its head above the 50% level of the dealing range. Every time it peeks its head above the 50% of the dealing range, you're looking to short. For example, price peeks its head on the premium side of the range right here. It goes up and takes out these highs right here. It goes up, takes out these highs right there, which is buy side liquidity. Once it takes that out, there are scalping opportunity. Even though it continues to go up even higher, you can take shorts intraday. This is a 4 hour. You can go down to a 1 minute time frame and see how dynamic that sell-off is right here from this high down to this low right here. Right? That's 150 points in oil. 150 points. Do the math. Right? Do the math. Let's do the math. Remember, oil is 10 points per penny. So 150. 150 times 10. That's $1,500 just right there. I could see it. Y'all might not be able to see it, but I could see it intraday. I could see that sell-off right there intraday based on the 4 hour time frame. Based on the 4 hour time frame. So I could see that intraday sell-off. And then once it sells off, it goes back up to clear out the rest of the highs. But no, it doesn't clear the high right here. They're engineering liquidity above these highs. They're stacking orders. And it drops back down to discount. When it drops back down to discount, look over to the left. What does it take out? Liquidity, right? It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It's Neo. It's being Neo in the Matrix. You seeing it for what it is. Look, goes down, take out sell side liquidity. They accumulate, go back up. They're stacking orders on both sides. It rejects in the premium, comes back down. Discount, goes back up. Finally clears out the buy side in a premium. And then they drop it down to take out sell side liquidity below the market. And if you wanted to swing trade, you don't, check this out. If you have, okay, you got a range and price stays in this range, right? It stays in this range. You pick one side. You're either going to be picking it bullish to be bullish, or you're going to pick it to be short to be bearish. So in this case, I'm not going to take any trade. I'm not taking no long trades in the discount side. I'm bearish. So I'm waiting for it to come up to a premium. It finally comes up to a premium, takes out buy side liquidity, displacement lower, comes down to discount. And what is it doing? It's always going to hunt liquidity, which are these swing lows in here. It attacks the liquidity, boom, trades down to a weekly volume imbalance. After it does that, market shifting, there's a shift in market structure, and price starts going into a buy model, right? Goes into a buy model. You can frame it up. You can take another, you can also frame it up from here. Buy side liquidity right here. Excuse me. Swing high, swing low. And it's getting late, y'all, so I'm kind of rusty. Swing high, swing low. All right. Now I'm looking to buy, right? It hit a higher time frame level. It hit key levels on the higher time frame, which was the liquidity, sell side liquidity, and the weekly volume imbalance. It displaces higher. Now I'm looking to get long. The best entry. AWB, good teaching as always. Appreciate it, AWB. Check it out. BTC, entry right there. Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. On the discount side of the range, right? On the discount side of the range, accumulation, displacement up. When it displaces higher, it's taking out all these levels over here on the buy side, right? Start looking to the left every time. I don't care if you're short or long. Start looking to the left. You see your entry, start looking to the left. Because when you look to the left, it just pops out at you where the liquidity is, right? But it displaces higher, clears out high. It's in the premium, but it's very bullish. And then eventually returns and clears out the buy side. Buy side. What about this old fair value gap over here that what about this old BTC right here? Well, drag it over to the fucking right, right? Excuse my French. Drag it over to the right. It inverts it. Usually, sometimes it retraces back. It will trade back to it, but it doesn't. But what about this one right here? What about this old SIBI that we use to short the market? You don't think we can reuse that? Hell yeah, we can reuse that. Inversion. Look at the precision. Come on, man. I can't make this shit up. I'm using old ranges. This was a SIBI, right? We shorted the SIBI. It drops down, hits a weekly fair value gap, displacement up. We come back to it, right? We invert it. You might not be seeing this, but guess where price returns? Right back to the freaking inversion fair value gap, which was a SIBI. Entry, displacement higher, consolidate, displacement higher, clears out buy side up here, and then it's off to the races. Right? So that's oil. Go back out to the daily. Hopefully you learn something, right? Hopefully you learn something. But when it retraced down and hit that key level, it went parabolic. Oil went parabolic after that, and it went from 1 penny to where it's at today, right? Where it's at today. And right now, let me just bring y'all up to date on oil, because oil, this is very brutal. That price action that I just showed y'all is not this price action right here. This right here is 100% manipulation. I would not touch this shit. It's very volatile. You would get hurt, and you'll be like that video I showed you earlier with the guy who was breaking his laptop, right? I would not touch this because it's too high resistance. The ranges are too wide. You will get fucked up in this market right now. So you gotta be tread lightly. When you see a rattlesnake, run. Right? When you see a rattlesnake, run. All right, let me dive over into crypto right quick. Let's get into crypto. All right, let's get into crypto. We got XRP. I'm mainly going to just talk about XRP and XLM. Let's start with, XRP and Bitcoin. Let's start with XRP right quick. All right, isn't it XRP Las Vegas? Let's come to YouTube right quick. Let me kind of get some sentiment. Let's come to YouTube. XRP Las Vegas. XRP Las Vegas. Is that happening already, or am I tripping? I don't think that's happening. They might be preparing for it. Or are they even doing it this year? Don't mind me, bro. I might be tripping. Don't mind me. I could have sworn somebody told me XRP Las Vegas was happening. Let me see right quick. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe. I ain't gonna be too much longer. I am gonna go live on Sunday, probably. I'm gonna go live on Sunday. If y'all haven't followed me on X, make sure y'all come over there on X and subscribe to me on X. Let me see. But anyway, let's come to XRP. Matter of fact, let me type XRP in. Let's see. XRP. See the sentiment. XRP, yes. There go y'all favorite guy. Breaking, I found the script. XRP price confirmed. The aliens have, oh my God, bro. This is what it comes to over here? Is this how it came? Is this what it came to? Dorelli said it starts next week. Japan, Canada, ECB, England, and the US all have interest rates meetings next week. Yep, we're gonna get into it in the Discord, Dorelli. If y'all want to join the Discord, sign up. The link is in the description. But they talking about aliens over here in the crypto community, bro. Like, what's going on? What's really going on? People delusional, right? People making a living on XRP. The one Senate testimony changed everything for XRP. I'm just using this for sentiment. Same old shit. Same old shit. XRP, who needs a secret plan? Same old shit, different day. Right? Same shit, different day. But anyway, let's come over here to XRP, right? What's going on in XRP? So what y'all need to do is you need to zoom out because it's a long-term asset. It's a long-term asset. Go out to the 12-month time frame. You're going to get all your answers that you need to have for now. For now, things are always subject to change. Go out to the 12-month time frame. First thing I see is fair value gap, BTC, trades right down into it. Respects the midpoint, but hey, we got 8 months left in the year. We got a long way to go, but we could see a little rally, maybe back up to $1.75. Who knows? I only say that because I'm just looking at this BTC. It can bounce off of it. But I honestly don't see nothing happening. Okay, let's flip a coin, right? Do y'all see this candle right here? This is a 12-month candle, so it's a yearly candle. Do y'all see this flipping green by December? Do y'all see this flipping green, or does it stay bearish? That's the challenge. That's poly market should let me put a bet up there. Right, let's put some money in the pool. Whoever wins, y'all get the money. But does this candle, 12-month candle for XRP, does that stay green? Does it turn green or does it stay black by the end of the year? Anybody? All right, nobody. So, all right, from the 12 months, let's go down to the 6 month. I don't know, man. I thought Fridays would be kind of relaxing for people to come in, but it's all good. I thought Fridays would be a good time, but Sundays are always the best time. Sundays. 3 month time frame. You can see on the 3 month time frame, if you wanted to, you can overlap this 6 month BTC, and there's also a 3 month BTC as well. Let's see what the 3 month looks like right there. You can see the confluence. You can see the confluence in price, right? The white shaded area is a 3 month. The gray shaded area is a 6 month. So look at the confluence. They're overlapping. Where are we in the 3 month BTC? Draw Fibonacci right there. Boom, just like that. Respecting the upper quadrant of the BTC. Respecting it, right? Go down to the 3 month. Consolidating. 1 month. Here we are right now in the 1 month. So I already could tell right now they're pretty much going to stretch this out. So I can kind of see this kind of consolidating. Even though it's kind of finding some support, I could see it consolidating for a little minute. I could see it consolidating for a few months maybe. Let's see. I'm definitely leaning more bullish, but the algorithm is very slowed down for XRP. Like it's at a snail's pace. Y'all know, Clarity Act, whatever your narrative is, the market isn't moving how it was, like how it rallied up and then how it came down. Very volatile, but now it's very slow. So what it needs is sponsorship to come into the market to drive it higher or lower. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. Yes, it's an illusion. Just holding price. They're just holding it for now. Is it random? But look, you got a question. Is it random that they're holding it at certain levels? Right? Is it random that they're holding it at key levels? No, it's not random. Do not let your eyes deceive you. They are not randomly holding this shit at random levels. It's very algorithmic. It's programmed. And yeah, in the next maybe year, we might start seeing it go higher, right? I'm pretty much looking at this probably next year, 2027, 2028. You know what I'm saying? That's how far zoomed out I am. If y'all want to be long-term investing, again, this is another model. I'm showing you another model for long-term investors. This is a 12-month yearly time frame. The concepts still work on these time frames. You can clearly see price trading down into a discount. This is when the time, most people don't have the conviction, but when price is going down, that's when you need to start buying. The candlesticks are going down into a key level. I'm pressing the buy button to accumulate because I'm buying as price goes down. You don't believe me? What you think I did back here? What you think I did back here when there was a BTC, right? Same shit before we even broke out of this range that lasted for fucking almost a decade. But look, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. As it trades down, I'm accumulating. As it trades down, this was back in 2020. As it trades down, 2020, that's when it went to 11 cents. Y'all remember? Trades down, BTC accumulation, right? Accumulating. Displacement higher. It does it again. Might have to drop down to a 3-month. On the 3-month time frame, it rallies up, trades down. There's another 3-month fair value gap right here. Trades down. Look at the bodies of the candles right here. Look how price is respecting the BTC right here. You see the bodies? You can't make that up. That's not random. Accumulation, right? Accumulation. This is where I did the most heavy lifting for me, right? Down here, 37 cents, 38 cents, going crazy, going retarded, right? Going retarded. Made life-changing money when it went up, right? But we all know when it went up, same concepts. This would have been a long-term, it made sense to take profits back here, bro. It made sense to take profits back here. Don't let Jake, I don't even want to say his name. Don't let certain people deceive y'all, man. Like, if you got life-changing money and you need that shit, take the money, right? Goes up, it clears out the buy side liquidity right there. Comes down, goes up again. When it went up again, sweeps that high right there, right? Sweeps that. What you laughing at, Dorelli? Sweeps that high right there, and then the retracement low, right? So there's institutions can do this. They're dragging y'all through a dog fight, but it pays to be nimble, right? Takes out buy side liquidity, market maker sell model down. Let's drop down to like a weekly. I'll show you a little bit clearer, right? So look, this was the all-time high from 2018. We go up, holiday months, January 2025. We thought we was out of here. We thought we was a home run. No, we took out buy side, right? They retrace it down, right? We wait a little bit longer, 2025, and then the summer months goes up again. Well, all they did was clear out the buy side liquidity right here. You see that? Same shit I've been showing y'all on every other chart. Every other chart I've been showing the same shit. Buy side liquidity. Let's go down to the daily. Daily, right? Same shit I just showed y'all, bro. In oil, it's taking place in XRP. Goes up, market maker buy model. They offloaded their longs, something most retail people probably should have did, especially people that's been in this shit for years. Now people looking crazy because it's like, oh, this is our only chance to get rich. No, one of the ways to get rich is what I'm showing y'all here. This skill set, this tech, what I'm showing you right here. You don't need the whole shit. You don't need to own nothing. You just need cash. But look, goes up, buy side liquidity, sweeps the high. Smart money reversal. What is that? Smart money reversal is when they're offloading their longs and they're they're shorting the market above the liquidity. They have their orders up here ready, pending, shorting, right? They're getting ready to short. If I go down to a 4-hour, we might refine this a little bit, see it a little bit better. Let's go down to the 4-hour. All right. I don't like the 4-hour. Let's go out to the 1-hour. Right? Let's go down to the 1-hour. Come on now. All right, 1-hour time frame, right? 1-hour time frame. It goes up. All right. Trades up into this level up here. It's actually in the range, right? So this swing high right there. Check these lows out. These lows, all these lows in here are suspect for XRP at the time. This was back in the holidays, 2025. We broke all-time highs. Everybody's like happy, life-changing money. But little do you know, they're offloading their long positions, market makers, and they're getting ready to short the market. But see these lows in here, they're suspect. So they left those behind in price during this time period. They create this swing high right here, swing low. The rally, guess what the setup was? OTE, optimal trade entry. Boom, just like that. You see what I'm saying? Optimal trade entry. Got the Fibonacci, goes up into premium, right? Starts showing weakness. In the premium. It starts breaking down. All right. When it starts breaking down in OTE, check this out. You see this swing high right there and this swing low right there? That's a dealing range, right? From swing high, swing low. I'm going to change my Fibonacci settings from OTE to dealing range, even though I'm still using OTE setup. Dealing range, right? When it comes back up, It goes up to premium. Now, this might seem like a lot to y'all, but hey, I can get surgical with this motherfucking shit. I can get crazy with this. You wait, remember, you're bearish. Well, you might not have been bearish at the time. Market makers were bearish. It goes up. They take out liquidity, which was the all-time high. Now they're staging their shorts. Now, in this setup right here, goes up to premium, 50% level. They sweep liquidity right here. See these equal highs in here? That's liquidity. I'm on a 1 hour time frame, right? These are previous day's highs. So the day on the 1 hour, we go into a new day. So right here was a Monday. This was a Monday of the week. And then we continue going by hour. We cross over into Tuesday. And then we cross over into Tuesday. On the next day, they take out the buy side liquidity right there, right? Previous day's highs. I'll go over that with y'all. Take out previous day's highs. Way up here in the small little area, they're offloading shorts or they're offloading longs. And they're shorting or accumulating short positions. It drops. It leaves the premium side of the range, drops down, right? This goes to discount side of the range. But remember, we're still in a wider range, which is so range. I'm gonna say that for the Discord. Y'all want to get in Discord? Y'all join the Discord. I can't teach y'all everything, right? About to slip up right quick, but we go up to a premium, take out buy side liquidity, drop. We start breaking down, and we start leaving the premium, right? OTE. You don't even have to use what I just showed you. You can use OTE for your setup, right? Remember, we looking at XRP. Premium side, take out buy side liquidity, starts dropping, displacement. Look what it attacks. When it drops down, it takes out the sell side liquidity. Also, when I do that right, I got a projection levels. Look at the projection levels. I can project out into the future. For example, right? I can project out into the future. You see these lows in here, sell side liquidity, right? They're going to come back and want to refer to that. They're going to want to come back and refer to that because they left them behind and staged them for a reason. They left them behind and staged them for a reason. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe if y'all learning, right? Hit that like button, subscribe if y'all learning. But eventually they come back and take that out, right? But when I zoom out, right, let's zoom back out because I'm getting beside myself. Let's go back out to the weekly. I was just showing y'all and demonstrating how that works on all time frames. Like when I zoom out, those lower time frames mean nothing. Well, I'm not going to say they mean nothing, but in the grand scheme of things, they're real fractal. The real fractal. The rally, that's going to be devastating some people. That's going to devastate some people. Well, it is what it is, the rally. It is what it is. I can't give you everything. But look, zooming out, you can't even see all that market structure and all that price action that I just showed you. This is a weekly time frame. I took y'all down to a 1 hour and I showed y'all highlighted. But you can see over time that people that didn't take profits, you're getting set up, right? Everybody that was buying up here at $2.21, $2.50, people was FOMOing in. And little do y'all know, they set people up. Some of y'all in here got set up. But it finally drops down lower and clears out the lows. This whole rally up, right? They left behind inefficient price action. So what they had to do was refer back to it, make it efficient. That's what we're seeing now, over a year later, almost 2 years. They bring it back down to make it efficient. Now they're offering themselves a discount. Obviously, at discount, they're going to want to be buying. Why aren't you at $1.43, right? Yeah, the good old days here are over. Most people couldn't hold on though, right? A lot of people couldn't hold on to this. So it made sense to take profits, right? Pay yourself. XRP ain't the only freaking asset that you can make money in. I'm clearly showing you every market. I'm demonstrating in every market, same patterns, same concepts. It don't matter. I'm going to get money in any market that I move in, right? It doesn't matter the market, whatever. So that's XRP, right? That's just technical science. I'm not going to get into like, oh, where do you get it? No, I'm showing you right now. They making money. You can make money too. Real time. Same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin pumping a little bit, $77,000. But what I'm looking at is, this is a monthly time frame. What I'm looking at right here is this BTC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. I'm going to highlight that right here. It's an inversion now, right? It turned inverted. So you can see I drag it over to the right. Yeah, some of y'all might see a BTC, but we trade through it. Oh shit, it don't work. No, it becomes an inversion as it trades back into it. It's in a peculiar space right now, right? You got to drop out as well to the 12 month, but you can see how it trades right back to the inversion and keys right off the 0.75 level. You think that's random? I don't think that's random at all. I think the market is algorithmic. I think it repeats over and over again. Also, this is a monthly, but also there's another monthly SIBI inside of that as well. I'm going to highlight that SIBI. Right there, SIBI, which stands for sell side and balance, buy side and efficiency. Do you think that's random? Do you think that's random how price will key off this lower quadrant of the Fibonacci and trade into the SIBI right there with precision? I don't know what to tell y'all. How many people over here on X? Got 8 people watching on X. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. If y'all want to get in the Discord, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. I damn near want to do a marathon tonight, right? If y'all got any suggestions, y'all let me know in the chat. If anything y'all want to look at. Trying to see who watching. Yeah, we got some people on X, man. 8 people. I'm content with that, man. Shout out to y'all on X. Make sure y'all subscribe and follow though, right? But we trade up into the SIBI. Sell side and balance, buy side and efficiency. Do we want to come down? So it's gonna get interesting, right? Do we invert the inversion or do we start to reject and come down? Well, there's other factors. I'm probably gonna say that for Sunday, following the money, where I have to go over the treasury market, you know, risk on, risk off, the dollar. You know what I'm saying? I'll follow that probably on Sunday. But look, sell side liquidity right there, right? This is my interest if price comes down, right? If XRP wants to come down. Robinhood stock ticker hood. Okay, I'm gonna look at that Shep. Again, if y'all want to look at anything, y'all let me know in the chat. That's sell side liquidity right there, right? That's an interest of mine. If Bitcoin decides to come down, let's work our way down to the weekly, go down to the weekly. It's currently in a dealing range, well clear dealing range. So swing high, swing low. That's the dealing range. So what I'm going to do is pull my Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low. Y'all tell me in the chat, is it in a discount or is it in a premium? What is it? Discount or premium? Y'all tell me. Let me clear some of this up right quick. I'm going to take the Fibonacci off the monthly fair value gap. What is Bitcoin right now in the weekly range? Shep, it's at discount. You're correct, Shep. But one thing I do want to note, right? Whenever it's trading near equilibrium, which is the 50% point of the range, I am neutral. I kind of be neutral because what they're doing at equilibrium, it's called equilibrium for a reason, because they're offering buying and selling. So they're doing a lot of accumulating in here. They're allowing a lot of retail to come in here to throw in their monies, whether it's short or long. And whenever it's near equilibrium, it gets real choppy in these waters right here, right? It gets real choppy because there's a lot of accumulating going on. But I like these lows in here. You see these lows? This is what retail sees. They see this right here. They see price doing this right here, supporting. Oh, look, price is supporting. We're making higher lows. But little do they know that's a bull flag, right? It'll rally up, sell off, liquidate their ass, right? Real smooth, like filleting fish or something. You know what I'm saying? Liquidation. It's in a premium. Look how it tags the premium, right? Look how it peeks his head above the premium and trades into this weekly SIBI. The only reason I'm not using the weekly SIBI is because I'm electing to use this gray monthly SIBI. So the monthly SIBI is the parent time frame to the weekly. You do that for every time frame you're on. Every time frame you're on has a parent time frame. The higher the time frame, the more influence over price. Y'all remember that. DXYZ. Okay. All right, let's come over here. Let me knock this out because I gotta handle some business here shortly. Let me see. Ticker hood. All right, let's go look at hood. I'm going to do a brief analysis. All right, this is hood, Robinhood. Okay, let's go out to the monthly. So Robinhood, stock, right? Shout out to my stock people, right? This is a monthly time frame. Right now, Robinhood Really, I want to pick out to the 12 month. All right, that's the 12 month. Let's go down to the 6 month. Boom, there you go. So y'all tell me, what do y'all see on this chart right now, Robinhood? If y'all are interested in Robinhood, what do y'all see? Robinhood is currently trading at $84 a share, right? So what do y'all see right now? What's one thing that stands out to y'all? Y'all get some participation going. Let me get some participation going in the chat. What y'all see? What y'all see? Let me know. Anybody? There you go, Dorelli. Good eyes, Dorelli. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Always on point. Shep, traded to the midpoint of the BTC. Oh, y'all doing good. One thing y'all want to look at, though, look a little closer, right? Look a little closer. I'm going to show y'all right quick. Y'all are correct about calling it the BTC, but look a little closer. You got something right below it, right? We got something right below it, something right above it, right? What do we call that? What kind of, it's in the family of fair value gaps, but what do we call this one? Not good time for an entry. You thinking, not out, you thinking. This is hood, right? Good time for an entry, right? You thinking. There you go, Ed. Shout out to you, man. Suspension block. Suspension block. Yes, it's a suspension block. So why is it a suspension block? Because this candle right here is suspended and night out. That might be a new one for you, but it's a suspension block because it's suspended between two volume imbalances. If you know what a volume imbalance is, well, that's a gap between candle bodies, right? We got one above this candle and one below this candle. You combine both of them, it creates one big block or a big candle. And this candle right here is suspended. It's suspended between this candle right here and this candle right here. So it becomes a suspension block. You didn't see the top one, it's all good. We call that suspension blocks, right? So if I draw a Fibonacci right here, get some more details, boom, just like that. You can see the details, and Shep, you called it right on point. Trades right down to the midpoint, bing, just like that. And now, just like kind of like XRP, crypto, it's an accumulation. This is a 6 month time frame. Let's go down to the 3 month. Again, these are long-term investments. You can see where it's at in this 3 month. There's a 3 month BTC in here as well, right? 3 month BTC as well, right? So use your common sense. Use your common sense. That's going to let you know if it's time to buy or sell or whatever you're looking to do, right? It's at a discount. The all-time high is roughly $154 a share. Currently, they're offering $84 a share. Clear discount, right? Clear discount. Shep, candle bodies respect the midpoint. Yep, I didn't see. Okay. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, right? Hit that like button, subscribe. Follow me on X. If y'all want to get in the Discord, the link is in the description. All right, it's only going to be limited, right? If you're serious about what I'm showing y'all or want to learn, y'all get in there. It's free for now, right? It's free. So, what else we was looking at? What else was it? Robinhood, DXYZ. DXYZ. All right, DXYZ, Destiny Tech 100. So this is a 3 month time frame. Let's go down to the monthly. I don't like the 3 month. So check this out. On the monthly time frame, clear as day. All right, clear as day. Another BTC. BTC plus add the volume balance. Drag it over to the right. What that look like to y'all? Is it in a discount? Where is it at? Right? It's clear discount. Clear discount, right? So there goes your answer on that one. It's an illusion. TLT, right? It's TLT. TLT. All right. TLT iShares 20 plus year treasury bond ETF. Sounds like y'all are invested in this. But just looking at this 3 month time frame, I mean, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Run for the hills, right? Run for the hills. What is it priced at? $86, right? Run. Y'all be holding this shit? Like y'all holding this? What we doing, B? Go out to the 12 month. Oh, hell no. Run for the hills. Sell right now. Sell white. If you just, it's going to turn to dirt. I mean, dust, right? I wouldn't be holding this. Run, right? That's bad advice. TLT, it's an illusion. What we doing? Let me see what else. All right, that's it for now. Dorelli, what if the next candle above the suspension gap also had a candle above it that didn't have a candle bodies that touch? Is it all one big? Yes. Oh, wait. Yeah, it wouldn't be a suspension block then. It wouldn't be a suspension block, but it could be like, I think I just had an example of one. Let me see. And you probably seen what I just showed. I probably, let me see. How do I go back? Let's go back. Let's go back. Back. So right here, this is what you might be talking about, this right here, Dorelli. So we got this right here. This is a BTC plus volume imbalance. It's not a suspension gap, but it's a BTC plus you got to add the volume imbalance right there. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but if you see something like this, then yeah. It's an illusion. That is a long-term U.S. Treasury bond ETF. Yeah, man, that shit look bad, man. That shit don't look safe at all. Not at all. For the most part, I pretty much kind of briefly went over the markets. I'm gonna have a little bit more entertainment probably on Sunday. I'm gonna do some research over the weekend. Let me look at natural gas. Natural gas coming down. What else I had up here? Apple going up. Pretty much all stocks are pretty much rallying. Nvidia, Tesla kind of at a discount, but everything for the most part is bullish. Went over Bitcoin, went over XRP. I know all about all the other markets, but right now it's either Bitcoin or XRP or nothing for now until we get institutional sponsorship. Y'all on X, man. Y'all come over here on YouTube, subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe to me on X. Queen of the Nile. What's up? What's up, Queen of the Nile on X? Shout out to you, man. Ma'am, I remember you, Queen of the Nile. I haven't forgot. Got a good memory. I'm streaming on X now, so I'm multi-streaming. I'm on YouTube and X. So y'all make sure y'all tap in on both. Again, if y'all want to get in the Discord, the link is in the description. It's temporary. So if y'all want to hop in. It's a growing community, right? Very organic, even though coming over to X, we might get some inorganic people. Other than that, I filtered them out and we all good over there. If y'all want to come over here on Patreon, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me on YouTube. The link is in my bio. Y'all get in on the Patreon if y'all want to learn my lessons. I got lessons that you can go through, basic lessons. I got a lot of good feedback on them from people that's been through them. They're very valuable. They get you started with analysis, get you on your feet, right? Kind of get you a foundation underneath your belt so that you can use a foundation as an analyst or as a trader. So y'all tap into my Discord for that. My Patreon for that. What else? Y'all come over on X, subscribe to me on X, right? Because I'm starting to explore X a little bit. X might be the future as far as like streaming. But yeah, I'm testing the waters. I'm trying to learn X and streaming on X. So y'all come over here on X and subscribe. What else? Doing some housekeeping right quick. Housekeeping. Yeah, y'all come over on YouTube, of course. On YouTube, I got a continuous series. It's kind of like it's continuous. I'm doing it whenever I'm inspired, but I got free lessons, right? Free lessons or courses that y'all can come over on YouTube, kind of get a foundation. They're not as good as my, they are, to be honest. I might just add these to my private lessons, but they're very valuable. It's an illusion. Lots of Mag 7 earrings and central bank policy decision next week. Yeah, we're going to get into it. I'll probably get into it on Sunday. Sundays are like the days where people are kind of relaxing and about to get ready for work and they want to kind of get that preparation for the week. So Sundays are good days to come analyze the markets. What else? Now, I'm just trying to get it jumping over here on X though. I think X is going to be pretty cool. For the most part, man, that's going to be it. I don't want to keep y'all up too late. Y'all be vigilant. Y'all be safe. Again, if y'all want to tap in, I'm primarily an educational channel. My Discord is it's growing slowly but surely. Got some amazing people in there. Shout out to y'all. Night Out. It's illusion. You see the post by Gabe and Mayo about what they hid in the Clarity Act. Yeah, that's Discord talk. Shep, thanks a lot. Have a good night. Appreciate it, Shep. Hopefully y'all learn something, because every time I do this, you're going to learn something, right? If you're not picking up, if you're not applying the shit that I'm teaching y'all and showing y'all, y'all wasting y'all time. Y'all just don't know. But if you want more exclusive, more one-on-one discussions about the markets, click the link in the description, tap into the Patreon or the Discord. The Discord link is posted. All right, until the next time, peace out.